Hi everybody, I want to share a few decks with you today that I've been using lately. So rather than doing a full video on each one, I'll just go through them all and show a few cards. The first is an Oracle deck, and it came out about a year ago, and you might have seen it around. It's very beautiful, the Vintage Wisdom Oracle. And so it's based on old artwork, that Victorian style. Here is the back of the cards. They did such a nice job on this deck. The box is nice, has a nice book. And here, I'll show you a few cards. I've been enjoying it very much. The book has a little bit of information, a couple paragraphs on each card, just enough to, give you an understanding. And the rest you can, like for me, I'm able to really get into these images. They really do draw me in. So I can intuit on my own, which a lot of times I prefer. I appreciate a really good book, but I don't always need that to, kind of to be told what to think. I like to intuit by myself. And, but they are absolutely beautiful. New beginnings. So it's, a matter of taste and what you like. But I find it absolutely lovely. Every card in the deck I think is beautiful. Okay, change. Boy, I've been getting this card a lot. It seems like so many of the readings that I've been doing lately, maybe the last couple months, are always talking about change. So I imagine you are all feeling it too. Here is the book, by the way. There are no pictures in the book. Just, like I said, a few paragraphs for each card. Really a lovely, beautiful deck. So the next deck I want to talk about, I think came out about a year ago, and a few people on YouTube have mentioned it to me. Lorianne and Derek both did. And you'll know it. You've seen it around. It is the Tarot Mucha. And I've been using it for a couple of months now. It's a Lo Scarabeo, but it comes in a very sturdy, nice box, and there's a nice book that comes with it. Cardstock is pretty good for Lo Scarabeo. It's actually good stock, and that is the back. So you may have seen reviews on this, I'm not sure, but I'm going to show you a couple cards, and I will say that when I first got the deck, I liked it, but the more I work with it, I really have grown to love it. So there are two artists involved here. Mucha, none of his actual paintings are in this deck. So it was done in his style by two different artists, and I feel that sometimes it's very evident that they are different artists because this is the Nine of Cups. Because some cards I just like better than others. This is the Knight of Cups. It's very Rider Waite. There is sort of an elaborate border there. But, the colors are so warm in this deck that it doesn't bother me. The borders are not an issue in this deck for me. Get nice, good readings from it. Here is the Three of Swords. The Star. And here's a couple more. Here is the Devil card. They really are very beautiful, these cards. And here's the Queen of Swords. Now, I have been using another deck along with this one. It's an older deck, and I want to show you a few cards from it. And they just seem to go so well together. This is also a Lo Scarabeo deck. It is the Golden Botticelli. Now, it's an older deck. It is very beautiful, and it's too bad that the cardstock is so flimsy. It's really a shame. It's a typical Lo Scarabeo with a flimsy box and a little white book that doesn't do a lot. Here is the back of the cards. Now in this deck, a lot of the images really were taken right from Botticelli's work and touched up by another artist whose name is a little hard for me to pronounce. Here's the Fool. Now, my only other complaint outside of the cardstock is that it might not show up here, but there is a lot of gold, like touches, little gilding on the paintings here, on the pictures here. Sometimes it's fine, other times it's just a little much. It's a little heavy-handed and it takes away from the images. But you can see, even though Botticelli, you know, he was an incredible Renaissance artist. And, you know, during that time, there was a heavy push from the church. So you will see that sort of Catholic symbolism, Christian symbolism. However, you can see that the archetypes are very much intact and very strong. Here is the Empress. So I like it a lot. It's a beautiful deck. And what happens when I read it, maybe I'll take a few cards from the Mucha and then later a few cards from this deck. And often what will happen is out of the three, there's almost always two of the three cards that are the same, but with a slightly different take, you know. I like the Seven of Wands a lot. Here's the Lovers. Very beautiful colors. And here's the Three of Swords, and it's a really different Three of Swords. She's just dragging them along by the hair. Kind of neat. And here is the Moon card. There's a lot of gilding in this one. You know, some of you might really like that. The World, of course, is Venus. And here is the Two of Pentacles. It's very nice, very beautiful, and I'm so happy to have it. Now the next deck was, this deck for me was inspired by a woman, very interesting woman on YouTube who calls herself Emily Pound. And she does some tarot readings. And she has been, I don't know, just a couple months ago, she was talking about this deck. And it's called the Vanessa Tarot. So it's an older deck. Maybe you already know it. I don't know. And it's really cool. It comes in this tin. Has a nice little white book with it. And it's a lot of fun. The images are just so upbeat and fun. And here is the back of the cards. They're small cards, but they're easy and fun to work with. So let me show you a few. Here is the Chariot. Some of the people, mostly women in this deck, some of the women you might recognize from TV shows or from other walks of life. The what is this? The Queen of Swords here. Okay. The Hermit. The Four of Wands. The Fool. Love that. And this is the Eight of Wands, and you'll recognize her as Samantha Stevens from Bewitched. Really cute. Here is the Death card. High Priestess, she was on the box. Temperance. Bartender. Here's the Devil card, which is great. She's got him handcuffed there. And here is the Three of Swords. So I just love the deck. It's a joy to work with it. It's so much fun. Seven of Swords. And it's really great and easy to carry with you because of that little tin that it comes in. Two of Cups. The King of Wands. I wanted to show you a king because even the kings are female. And what is this one? Oh, the Lovers. Okay, the last deck I want to talk about is the Zaporizhzhia. And, you know, I know that most of you have heard about this deck, seen images and seen reviews on it, but I really wanted to talk about it because of the energy of it. And I also want to thank a YouTube friend who has a channel called Skies Above Skies, because they had went into great detail about this deck and really encouraged me to buy it. So I'm going to show you some images, and then I want to talk about the energy of it. Here's the Eight of Fire, so that would be Eight of Wands, and you'll see a lot of the imagery it's different in this deck, and it gives you something to think about. It's very colorful. The Devil, nice card stock. too bad about the white borders, and I have not yet decided whether to trim them or not. I'm going to work with it a little longer. The Stranger of Tides, right? So the Stranger of Tides would be the Knight of Cups. So they did change a lot of names and all the suits. 10 of Winds would be 10 of Swords, but that's a very striking image. This Swords or the Winds suit uses a lot of bats. Here's the Queen of Fire. So I had mentioned in previous videos that I do like to meditate sometimes with my full deck just to get the feeling, the personality of the deck, right? So when I did that with this deck, the Nine of Pentacles, when I did that with this deck, there was so much vibrant energy pouring out of this deck. It was as if I was holding a really powerful crystal. And the energy is very fiery and warm, but, you know, fiery in the way that it will ignite curiosity and passion. Not so fiery that it burns, just really incredible energy. It's the Three of Winds. So I suspect a lot went into the making of this deck. The Star. So, you know, if you haven't worked with it, you know, maybe you want to just check it out. It really is, it's unusual, and it's just great. 6 of Fire, so 6 of Wands. And a couple more I'll show you. The 4 of Tides would be 4 of Cups. It's an unusual rendering for that card. I actually had that card the other day. The book that comes with it is nice, and it will explain the differences, help you understand. And here is the Death card. So, and I don't remember if I showed you the back. It's very nice. So it's colorful and beautiful, and those are some of the decks I wanted to share with you. So thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye now.